guys, this is Maria. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be focused on the activities for spring for your toddlers and preschoolers based on the Montessori approach. Our spring break is only a few weeks away and it's been feeling like spring quite a bit more here. We saw the birds coming back, we saw some flowers popping up here and there. So even though if it's not completely here yet, it's going to be here very soon. So in today's video, I will share with you lots of activities that can be done indoors as well as outdoors, even though in Montessori approach and in my own philosophy and like how we like to do it at home, a lot of the spring related activities are done outside. We can always modify it to accommodate your climate conditions. When the kids and I talk about springtime, we usually talk about the plants growing, flowers blooming, baby animals being born. So a lot of the activities that we do that are spring related are always focused around those things. So even the youngest of toddlers will love planting, so buying seeds and selecting the seeds depending on where you live. So February, end of February for us is actually a big planting season. So we start planting, and typically we start with just purchasing the seeds. Like this is the flower seeds that I bought, not like today actually. Then we also go through all of our seeds that we have for vegetables and decide which ones we plant where and when. Now, if you are living in a colder climate, it doesn't mean that you cannot sprout some seeds at home. And I want to share with you this Sprout and Grow window set with Wonder Soil. We bought it and we actually are sprouting several beans right now in it. It's really easy. It comes with a planter, comes with the little pallets of soil and seed. So basically what you do, you first make sure that your seeds sprout the way we do it. You can do different ways. We just use a paper towel. The kids participate in every step of the process, and you can include kids as young as 18 months into this exciting process. So typically we just put a few seeds, then wrap it into the wet paper towel and then put it in a Ziploc bag and put it on the window sill where it gets the most sun. Once your seeds have sprouted, you just put the pellets in the water. Has all the instructions, comes with a whole breakdown on what you need to do and when, and then put the soil into the planter and put your seeds. We've been really excited, well, by we, I mean my children, I've been really excited watching the little plants popping up. Now, to also strengthen that activity, you could do several things. In Montessori, sequencing or life cycle cards are really popular. If you don't want to do the cards, I actually found this really cool miniatures from Safari Ltd. And I have actually two sets right now. I have the one for the seeds. This is actually the life cycle of the bean. So it starts with a seed, then it's germination, then it's a seedling, and then it becomes a green bean plant. I think it was about $10. Kids really love it. And a lot of the times I do it. It's actually, for Scarlett, it was more to see and learn about like what seedling is, what's the process of germination. For Justin, it was also for sequencing. He still enjoys to look at it and lay it out in the correct order. So we did this activity first before we moved on to actually putting our seeds in the water, because then we could talk about all the processes that happened with it. By the way, I feel like a lot of the things that I'll share today would make actually a cute Easter basket stuffers if you're looking for something more educational, not just candy, not only educational, more enriching for children. So here's my other set that I got also from Safari Ltd. It all goes over the life cycle of Monarch Butterfly. It starts with an egg, then it's a caterpillar, then it's a cocoon, and then it becomes a butterfly. Now, I usually pair this kind of activity with reading a book, which I'll go over our spring-related books, and also the Monarch Butterfly growing set. We've done it every single year. I typically wait until it's truly warm outside, because you do release the butterflies out there, and if you still have a chance of frost, they most likely will die. So we usually do it right mid-March where there is no frost in sight, or even sometimes beginning of the March when we do that set. And kids love it. You first purchase it and it comes with caterpillars. You see them make a cocoon, and then out of a cocoon you release actual live butterflies. Another way to inspect the bug life within your house and bring it to your children is also getting the giant ant farm. We have just purchased and assembled ours. We're waiting on our pack of ants to live in here. So we will be able to see how they form the colony and study their habits. Again, partnering it also with a book, or if you want to show some kind of educational videos on the life of ants so the children also understand what's going on with it, is also a great way to introduce additional Montessori springtime related activity as flower arrangement. This is how you typically would set up the tray for it. You would have a sponge for spilled water, you would have a small pitcher of water, you would have a small vase or several vases if you want your child to fill several arrangements, set of child scissors, and live flowers. The flowers don't have to be fancy. You could go to the store and buy some, or you could go outside and if you have opportunity pick up some weeds, because kids love weeds, and that it can actually be part of your walking outside and observing the environment and talking about different flowers that grow in the wild in your area. And then what the child will do, it's a multi-step process. First of all, they will pour the water into the vase, then they would cut the flowers to appropriate size, and then put them in the vase, wipe up the spills, and decorate your house. It is a great activity for children as early as about 2 years of age. I love sensory bins of all sorts. I feel like the kids just get so busy and excited about doing them. So one of the great spring-related sensory bins is just flower petals. If you had a bouquet of flowers from Valentine's Day, a birthday, or a celebration of any sort, just let your child pull off all the petals when they are, ready. You're about to throw them out, and then put it in the water, give them a ladle, give them some pots, and your child will be making soup, pretend cooking for you, and just experiencing the texture of the flower petals. Also introducing puzzles that reflect nature. This honestly are usually year-round in the Montessori classroom, but I feel like if you don't have them, spring is a good time to bring into your environment. We really love this tree one. This tree one is a good one for ages 3 to 4. If your child is any older, they will figure it out really easily. And I also have this bird one, which is great for the ages like 2 and up, because the shapes here are much simpler and easier. There is multitude of puzzles with the wildlife, with the flowers in a Montessori environment that you can find even on Amazon, that reflect the wildlife or flowers that will be very good for spring and would make a great Easter basket. And now I'm going to go over our most favorite books for spring. Some of them you've seen in my videos before, some of them will be brand new. And it's the series by Ruth Heller. She actually has a series that is called Explore Science, and it goes over many different terms that I actually did not know myself. For example, plants that never ever bloom in a poetry form with the beautiful illustrations. It goes over fungi, it goes over algae, and many, if I'm saying something wrong, please forgive me, it's not my first language, ferns and all those things that never ever bloom and how they're called. And it also teaches children like the correct words, like gymnosperms for all the plants that never bloom. There is a good one to get for a very first book is The Reason for a Flower. It goes over how flowers, as flower pollen is spread by different animals and what it means in the wild, what is made out of all kinds of flowers and seeds. Again, great educational, colorful book for children. Then the next 2 books are focused on the animals, and again, I feel like spring is a great time to talk about baby animals. And chances are your children will be very interested in things that hatch and things that don't hatch. So they are divided. This book here is Chickens Aren't the Only Ones, and it's about everybody who lays eggs and what animals come from the eggs. And again, it's beautifully done. It uses very proper scientific terms. So I would say the Explore Science books for Ruth Heller are great for younger children. She also has Explore Language, where you're like older, preschool age 4 and up, will be able to expand their vocabulary greatly. And here is The Animals Born Alive and Well. This goes over all of the animals that are born alive and don't hatch, and describes why and how it works and what is the correct proper term for them. Now, there is also a great book that will be great for kids, I would say 18 months and up. They will have such a blast. Is How to Hide the Butterfly. It has so many reviews on Amazon. It's like toddlers' favorites, because you have to find, it's about animals, how they camouflage in the nature. And you see ours is kind of used, you know, it's good stuff when the kids have been using it. And then your child has to find the hidden insect on the page. And then I also suggest having, whether it is National Geographic, we have National Geographic as well, or any other kind of book of bugs, so you could go over like how caterpillar becomes a butterfly, especially if you're doing this activity with a butterfly kit and a life cycle of the butterfly, so you can explore it and discuss it in multiple ways. So it enriches the lesson generally. In a separate video on all kinds of science experiments and different projects you can do at home that goes along with studying of weather, because spring gives a lot of the options to explore. Why the fog comes around, you can make a rain cloud in a jar, you can make multiple activities. I actually filmed a few videos prior to that, but we'll do something completely new, especially that my kids are older now. So that will be coming right around the spring break for us, beginning of March. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it gave you some ideas. Again, from Montessori perspective, the best thing to do during the springtime is observe and discuss what's going on outside. Take your child out there, collect the things that you can find and study them, because Montessori approach is largely based on realistic things that surround us in the nature and learning about them. So if you find the new birds coming into your neighborhood, or you see new plants sprouting here and there, take time going on the walk to explore them, learn about them, collect, make collages, and all those good things. Anyways, hopefully this video was helpful for you, gave you some ideas on how to keep your kids busy, introduce the spirit of spring into your house. If you did, make sure to give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you later.